After 3 months of action, it has all come down to this. Welcome to the Football America 2000 Championship. Our final game of the season takes us to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the top team in the West facing the top team in the East. The Portland Alphas take on the Orlando Apollos for the inaugural Football America Championship. But before we crown a champion, we need to see how we got here, so let's start with a recap of Week 13. The game between San Antonio and Seattle was canceled after the Seals, despite weeks of attempting to keep the team afloat, had no choice but to file for bankruptcy and fold. San Antonio was compensated for the canceled game by receiving 1 point and a tie in the standings. Our hosts got off to a rocky start after a 104-yard pick six from Anthony Blue, but the Federals steeled themselves and kept fighting. Even after losing Kenny Mackey for a second time this season, Sam Slayton stepped up and delivered an exceptional performance, accompanied by nearly 200 yards and 4 touchdowns gained on the ground. Washington takes down the Knights at home, 43-24. Houston's goal was simple: win and in. St. Louis's goal: spoil the party, and they did so from the onset, taking a 14-3 lead after 1. Houston took the lead back in the third quarter, but then St. Louis would score 15 unanswered that same quarter. Tyshawn Moy would score to make it a 6-point game, but St. Louis decided to trust their defense and elected to kick after being scored on. They would prove to be correct when, with a minute to go, Antoine Horn picked off Brandon Ellenbogen and took it 53 yards to pay dirt. Houston would score again, but the damage had been done. Drillers go down to the Gunners, 35-29. The loss from Houston meant Vegas needed to win to get into the playoffs, and it was trouble out the gate, falling to a 15-0 deficit after the first, but the Outlaws kept their cool and responded with 20 points, including an 88-yard Chris Washington pick six. Portland answered back with 11 of their own, and Vegas' season looked to be doomed. 20 seconds left from their own 21, Brandon Mass would throw a 9-yard pass to Cole Barber, but it would turn into a hook and ladder to Deontay Partridge, who took it the remaining 70 yards for a thrilling last-second touchdown. The Outlaws pull a miracle and pull into the playoffs, defeating the Alphas 27-26. There was a sold-out crowd in Cincinnati thanks to a combination of proximity and morbid curiosity, as Cincinnati tried to avoid going winless on the season. And things looked good for them. They had a 14-7 lead at halftime, but with Chicago's playoff hopes on the line, they found another gear in the second half, scoring 20 unanswered points. Rudy Yates would throw 2 back-to-back picks, and history would be finalized. The Cincinnati Hogs go winless. They lose to the Flames 27-14. And that win from Chicago put all the pressure on Philadelphia. They now needed to win, and they would be in the postseason, but Orlando would not allow it. They led from the opening drive and never let up. The Bells got 2 opportunities to go downfield in the final minutes, but could not make any use of them, ending up going 4 and out. Philadelphia would be eliminated, losing to the Apollos 31-14. And that would set our playoffs, with Orlando hosting Chicago and Vegas being rewarded by playing Portland in Portland once again. And Vegas wouldn't go down without a fight. After tying it up at 10 at the half, they would then go on to a 14-10 lead in the fourth. Thomas Rome found the end zone to give the lead back to Portland. Then with 5 to go, Vegas went on a 5-play, 2.5-minute drive to score and take the lead back, only to be outdone by Trayvon Thurman returning the kickoff 102 yards to give the lead back to Portland. The Outlaws' next drive stalled out, and Portland would wind down the clock, winning the West Division playoff 24-21. Chicago would make the playoffs and make their way to Orlando, but unlike Vegas, the Flames had trouble keeping up with the Apollos' offense all game. They were able to take the lead on a Shamir Scribner touchdown in the second, but Nathan Yale scored on the next drive to put the Apollos back on top before half. In the second half, the Apollos had their way with Chicago, going on a 17-7 run. Lucas Morris thought he had a 92-yard kickoff return touchdown to get the Flames back in it, but it was called back for an illegal block in the back on their own 30. An offensive pass interference call forced 4th down, and Colby O'Connell couldn't find his target to keep the game alive. Flames are snuffed out in the playoffs by the Apollos, 31-15. And that brings us to this point in time, the final 2 teams standing. Let's take a closer look at them with our Girth Watch tale of the tape. Malik Delmar had the second most passing yards on the season, only beaten by St. Louis's Braden Davis, but he also has the 3rd least accurate passing in the league. Marcus Green's accuracy may be subpar, but Orlando's overall offense isn't as pass-reliant as Portland's is, so if they can get ahead, they won't have to worry much about any inaccurate throws. Comparing the offenses, Orlando will average about 400 yards of offense per game. 291 of them will be through the air, while Portland gets about 350 of their 400 yards per game through the air. Scoring is going to be vital for the Alphas, though. They get about 3 touchdowns per game, close to a half score more than Orlando would. The big decider, though, will be the defense. Portland has turned up 2 more interceptions and 7 more sacks than Orlando, but Orlando has Portland's defense beat in the biggest category, and that is points allowed. They hold the difference by a full touchdown, so even though the Apollo's defense bends, it will only rarely break. Vegas has the odds in favor of Orlando. They are 3.5-point favorites with the over-under set at 46.5. There is no more time for waiting. It is time to crown a champion here in DC. Let's get this game underway. All right, let's get right to it. Let's see who's going to get the ball first. The winner of the toss is going to be Portland, and they've decided to receive. So we are going to get underway right now. And we are going to start with Portland coming out to their second zone. First drive from scrimmage for the Alphas. It'll be a pass versus the blitz. Let's see, 34. 2 more players in the backfield with a 0 pass. They got Warren back for the title game, so they're good there. 2 or more with a 0. So D'Angelo Steals is a 0, but that's okay because Malik Delmar's a 1, so that's a no. It's a complete. 5 gets us an XP gain. 3 will get us 4 zones. And they're already inside the 35 of Orlando. All right, pass versus pass. 43, 2 or more wide receivers, tight ends with 0. No, everyone's a 1 at the very least, so nothing there. It's complete. And they'll give us 2 zones. They put them inside the 10. Looking at goal to go here. They're going to go for the audible. It will be a pass versus a pass defense. 66. 2 or more defenders rated 2 pass. They got Ballage. That's 1. Bethune is 2. Collins is a 2 minus, so that's not going to hit. So they only have 2, so it's going to be a no. X is greater than 2. It's going to be in the end zone. Opening drive for a Portland touchdown. Extra point coming up from Waldco is more than good, and the first drive puts Portland on the board. They're up 7-0. Orlando to get the ball now. Ooh, we get an O result. Ooh, we get a wow result. 2 will put it up to the 4th zone, but a decent return. It'll be the first time for the Apollos on offense. And we've got a run versus a safe defense. 36, and an offensive penalty kills the drive.
Flag.
Bad break there for the Apollos. They'll punt it. You get an O result. A wow result. And the minimum it can go is 5 zones, so this will be going into the end zone, and that will be a single point.
Hey, nice rouge there, Gordo.
Next drive, it's going to be pass versus safe. With Portland now at their own 20. 33, any player in the backfield with a 0 pass? Yeah, D'Angelo Steals has it, so it's incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down. Alphas can't get anywhere there. They'll have to punt. And they will go 4 zones. And that's where Orlando takes it, inside the 35. We're going to get a pass versus safe defense. 65, 2 or more linebackers with a 0 pass. No, that linebacking core for Portland is really good. So nothing there's Y less than 4. No, it's a 5. It's going to get intercepted.
Yoink. Hey!
6 means they're going to take it back. This might go into the end zone. No, it'll go 2 zones into the 10-yard line. Who made that grab for the interception? Player 15 is E, and that's Renzo Coakley, the top defender for Portland. He comes away with the grab. Portland with goal to go here. They're going to go with a pass versus the pass. 23. 2 or more players rated 2 on the offensive line. They got it. It's complete, and that's another Portland touchdown. The extra point from Waltco is good, and it is now 14-1 with the Alphas on top. Orlando to get the ball once again. They'll start from their second zone. A couple minutes left here in the first quarter. It's going to be a pass versus pass. 65, 2 or more linebackers rated 0 pass. Oh no, they're going to be in the same situation here because everyone's at least a 1. Y is not less than 4. It's another interception. And this one will be picked off 2 zones ahead, so it'll be just inside of Orlando territory for the Alphas once again. Who got that one? Player 10 is defender D, and that's going to be Alex Tuggle getting the grab. All right, 2 minutes to go here in the first. We have an audible against a safe defense. They are going to pass. 42, any tight end or wide receiver with a 0 pass. Nope, they've got at least a 1, so it's complete. It is going to a questionable catcher, and Schuler is questionable. So let's see who it throws to. 12 is Norton or Warren, so nothing doing on that one. It will be complete. And that will go for 3 zones. It pushes them inside the 10-yard line. Final play of the quarter. It will be a run versus a run. 45, the home team on offense. Oh, well, this is where we're rolling a decider die. We are at a neutral site, so we have to see if they get it. They will not, and it's a fumble! It'll be recovered by Orlando, and they're going to start deep in their own territory to start the second. Great defensive stop from Orlando's defense. They will have a long journey, though, here. It's going to be run versus safe. 66, 2 or more defensive backs rated run 0. Yeah, Spikes, Simmons are both a 0, so that'll be a yes. It'll be a gain, and 3 will get 2 zones. They get to around the 35. All right, we got an audible against safe. They're going to throw it. 52, 2 or more players on the defensive line with a 0 pass. They've got Alex Office is one of them. But Bramlett, no. Cole, no. Brock, no. So that's a no. It would have been a sack, but Green sees it and throws it away. It's incomplete. So nothing doing in points for Orlando, but they do get the ball out of their territory. And it will punt 4 zones. And that'll put Portland inside their own 20. All right, we're going to have a pass versus a safe defense. 35. 2 or more wide receivers or tight ends with a 2 pass. No, they don't have that. It'll be incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down. Chance to convert. They're going to audible. It'll be a pass against another safe defense. 33. Any player in the backfield with a 0 pass. Yep, they got D'Angelo Steele, so that's incomplete, and that'll be 4th down. So Portland will have to punt, and they'll get 3 zones out of it, but keeps Orlando on their side of the field, but they're just near midfield. Apollo's looking to find the end zone here. Narrow this game down. They're going to go to tendency. It will be a run versus a run. 63, and it's a fumble! 3rd turnover of the game for Orlando, and Portland falls on top of it. Alphas with a chance to extend the lead. They're going to go with a run versus a safe. 66, 2 more defensive backs with a run 0. No, everyone's a 1. So they see the rush, they come in to stop it, and they force 4th down. So 4th down coming up, and it would be a long field goal attempt for Bennett Waltco. Let's see how far it would be from here. It would be 53, and we're adding 11 from the 35, so 46. Would make it a 53-yard attempt. It would make it 18-1 if he can put it through. He's a C grade, so it would need 11 to 16 to put it through. And I think we'll take a shot at it. Here we go. On its way. No good. Just missed. And Orlando will bring it out. Yes, they will. How far out do they get? They'll get it just out to their first zone. So Orlando once again having to start deep in their own territory. They're going to go with a run versus safe. 21 is runner E or F. Well, there is an E runner, so we have to see who it goes to here. Player 12 is Nathan Yale, and he is not an E or an F, so he will get the gain. 5 will get 2 zones, and they get around to the 35. All right, we got a pass versus a pass defense. Green looking to throw, 43. 2 or more wide receivers or tight ends with a 0 pass. Joswiak's a 1. Williams is a 1. Rhodes is a 1-, so he's good there. So, no, it is complete. 3 will get us another 2 zones, and they've crossed into Portland territory. Only a few minutes left here in the first half. Another pass versus pass. Another 43. 2 or more wide receivers or tight ends with a 0 pass. Not been there. We did that before, so it's complete. And that's going to be an XP gain. 3 or higher, and it could go in the end zone. It does! Touchdown, Apollos! Now the question is, do you want to gamble? Because it's now 14-7 on the try coming. Let's see if they're going to gamble here. They will. Will they go for 2 or 3? They're going to go for 2.
Let's go gambling!
All right, it's going to be an audible against the pass. They're going to run it. Looking to convert. 22, runner rated F. They don't have any F runners. That puts it in, and the 2-point conversion is good. It is now 14-9. Only a few minutes left now, so we'll see how Portland responds. We got an O result. Oh no, they fumbled the football!
Another one.
They fumbled it on the kickoff, and it's back in Orlando hands. 2 minutes to go, and the Apollos have an opportunity to tie and maybe take the lead. They're going to pass against the pass. 16 is grade A or better. No, it's going to be incomplete. But 4th down coming up. They are well within Devion Lebo's field goal range. So we will take a shot at it and make it a 2-point game. So 65 and 2. So from the 18-yard line, it'll be a 25-yard attempt for Lebo. He's a double A from zone 2. That'll get you 11-63. Here we go, on its way. And it's good. That leaves only a minute left here in the first half, and suddenly it's now a 2-point game. We have another O result. Oh, but that's going to be a single point at the very least. Let's see if we get 2 ones here. They might score a double. They do not. So another single point, and now it's 14-13.
It goes for a single point. And this is one of the rules of the Canadian Football League that American fans still don't understand.
So one last segment here in the first half for Portland. Unless something crazy happens. Let's see. We're going to go tendency versus the pass, and they are in pass tendency. So let's see how they do. 12. An F or a Z passer? No. So it is complete. Del Mar has a Q of 15, which is greater than 12. So it's going to go to the XP chart. Well, they might have a chance to run this down. 5 is a go result. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got to roll 4 or higher, and this will go in the end zone. They got it! Touchdown, Portland! And the extra point for Waltco will go through. And at the end of the first half, it is 21-13. Alpha's on top. Some fireworks in the last few minutes of this half. Portland with an amazing score to close it out. They'll have an 8-point lead as we go to the break. While everyone regroups and rethinks strategy, let's give some recognition to the top players in the league with our end of the year awards. Our first award is the Supporter Shield, which goes to the team with the best fans and attendance, and this year it'll go to the Chicago Flames, averaging 51,000 fans per game and getting Soldier Field 82% full. An honorable mention, though, does have to go to the Wolfpack in Portland. They sold out all 6 of their home games, capping Civic Stadium at 25,000 every single game. Portland's not going to go away empty-handed, though. Linebacker Renzo Coakley will take home the backslide bust, as his 7 interceptions were the highest in the league. The Golden Sandwich goes to Vegas' defensive end Michael Clark. He had his fill of quarterback delight this year, bringing down passers a league-high 8 times this season. The Golden Horseshoe, however, goes to the offensive line, who prevented folks like Michael Clark from getting to their quarterback, and that honor will go to the Chicago offensive line, who only allowed 8 total sacks on the year. The Golden Boot will go to the best kicker in the league, and this year it goes to Houston's Devin Ramos. He went 18 for 26 on field goals, a perfect 41 for 41 on extra points, and scored 8 singles to boot to finish the year with 103 total points scored. Jarrett Willis of Los Angeles wins the Gold Pylon for scoring the most touchdowns. He got 13 rushing touchdowns on the year, barely beating out the 12 combined scores of Houston's Robert Dexter. Philadelphia's Diego Goodman wins the gold backpack for his carrying on the ground, running just shy of 900 yards on the season, averaging exactly 5 yards per carry. St. Louis's Evan Yarber will take home the gold gloves for being the best receiver. He hauled in 63 catches for 1,081 yards, getting just over 17 yards a catch. Houston's main play caller will take home 2 pieces of hardware tonight. Brandon Ellenbogen earned the Golden Gun for being the best quarterback in the league, throwing for over 4,000 yards and being the only quarterback with a QBR over 100. But he will also take home the first Football America Rookie of the Year honors. And he more than likely would have taken this home as well if Houston had made the playoffs, but your league MVP with 4,112 passing yards and 29 touchdowns will be Portland quarterback Malik Del Mar. Rounding out our awards, we give out the Commissioner's Trophy for the team that scored the most season points, and that will go to Orlando. Their 8-2-2 record gave them a league high of 26 points. Right now, though, they're facing 21 points on their opponent's side of the board, and they trail it by 8. Will the Apollos be able to rally in the second half? We'll find out after this break. Monday Night's Football and the Football America Championship are brought to you by Biddy Beer, the official beer of Football America. Biddy Beer, Biddy prices for nearly 100 years. By Suncoast Capital, building a better life for you in your sunset years. And by your local AVC dealership. Test drive the new 2000 Bison SUV and see why AVC is the pinnacle of Americana. Orlando down by 8, but they will get the ball to start the second half. Don't forget you can click the link in the description below to get your own copy of this year's Football America rosters. You can use them to follow along with us here, and if you have second season at home, you can replay this game or the entire 2000 season. Alright, here we go with the second half. Orlando to get the ball to start the third quarter, and they will start in their second zone. Only trailing by 8, they're going to go with an audible. It's going to be a pass versus a safe defense. See, 64, any linebacker rated 0 pass. Oh, Mackenzie Black is. He's a 0 because they're not in the pass formation. So that is a yes. It'll be complete. And that'll get them 3 zones. And now the Apollos are in Portland territory. And they will use a run against the safe defense. 53, at least one linebacker rated run at 2. Oh yeah, Mackenzie Black's up 1+, and they're in enemy territory. So that steps up to a 2, so that will hit. The runner is slowed down for no gain, and that is going to bring up 4th down. So 4th down coming up, I think we'll try for the field goal with Devian Lebo. Let's see, 26. It's going to be a close one. 1. So 3, 35 is 38. That'll make it a 45-yard field goal attempt for Lebo. It does give him a C grade. So C from zone 4. It's going to be 11-16, but if he boots it through, it'll be a 5-point game. Here's the kick. No, just missed it. And Portland is going to take the single. They will concede and go to their own 20-yard line. So that makes it a 7-point game. We have an audible. They're going to pass it against the blitz. Let's see, 15 is grade B or better. No, Del Mar's a C, so it's incomplete and 4th down. So that will bring out the punt unit for Portland. And that will be 3 zones. And that will bring them back to inside the 50. All right, we got a run versus the blitz. Another 15. Is runner B or better? Well, let's see who it's going to. 14. Yale on the inside is a B, so that's good. And Drummond on the outside is also a B, so that is good. It will hit. It's an XR gain. 5 will put it 4 zones, and they are inside the 10 of Portland. Orlando with a chance to tie the game. It'll be run versus run. All right, 64. 2 or more defensive linemen rated run 0. Let's see, they got Tyrese Keys, that's a 1. Trey Hawkins is a 1. Alex Office is a 2. Martin Hall is a 1, so that's a no. Wrestled down for no gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. So now the question for Orlando, do they take the points or do they risk it? Let's see if they're going to go for it on 4th down. Nope, they're going to go for the field goal. So they'll have Lebo punch it in to make it a 4-point game. 23. So they got to the 2-yard line, so it'll be a 9-yard chip shot. It has been missed, but I think they'll be okay. Lebo with a double A is 11-64. Here's the kick on its way, and it's good. We're going to make it 21-17. So Portland to get the ball back as Orlando starting to chip away at their lead. They'll set up in their second zone inside the 20. All right, they're going to have a run versus safe. 44, 2 or more players rated run 2 on the defensive line. Yes, they got Freddie Hogue and Benjamin Moore. Both of them are rated 2, so they penetrate the line. No gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the Alphas have to punt it away. We get a no result. Oh, it's going to go 4 zones, so Apollos will take over inside their own 35. Only a few minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. A couple more drives to go until we're reaching the kind of the nitty-gritty here. So it'll be a pass versus a safe. 23, 2 or more players rated 2 on the offensive line. They've only got Hunter Thomas, so that's a 1. That's no. Y greater than 6, no. So it's not picked, thankfully, but it will be a sack.
Too bad your ass got sacked.
And they do not lose the yard, so it'll be 4th down. Let's see who got that sack. Player 14 is defender G, and that will be Mackenzie Black, bringing down the quarterback. So Orlando has to punt this away. We get a no result. We get a wow result. They might boot another single here. I think they did. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they boot that out of the end zone. It's another single and another point.
Another one.
Orlando starting to creep up. It's now 21-18. Final minutes here in the 3rd quarter. It's going to be pass versus safe. 51. Any player on the defensive line rated 0 pass. Yeah, they got Hamby and Hogue or both 0. So that will be an incompletion. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Got an audible against the run. They are going to pass it. 41. Any tight end or wide receiver with a 2 pass. They got Tristan Gray, so that's good there. It's complete. And that'll get them 2 zones. This gets them outside the 35. And that's where they'll start the 4th.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure about that?
So here we go. 4th quarter, 3-point game here for all the marbles. It'll be a pass versus safe. 36. Ooh, a defensive penalty sustains the drive, and that puts them in Orlando territory.
Flag.
All right, they're going to go tendency against the safe defense. So again, they're going to the pass. 63, and an offensive penalty kills the drive.
Flag.
So 4th down coming up. I think we'll try for the field goal here with Waltco. And let's see, 46. We're going to add 9 to 35 is 43. It's 50 on the nose, so it's not a 4-pointer. It's a 3-point try. But Waldko has hit long ones before, so I think he'll have a good shot at this. And it would make it a 6-point game if he puts it through. Now, C grade, 11-16, so we need to see a black one here. On its way. No, no good. Just missed on that one. Will they bring it out? Oh, yep, the 5 says they will. And the 1 says they'll bring it out into their first zone. So nice little defensive stop there for Orlando. They get the ball back. Apollo's looking to tie or at least take the lead. They will pass against the blitz. 11. A Z passer? No. So it will be complete. Marcus Green has a 12, so Q greater than 11. We go to the XP chart. 5 is a go result. Could be a big one. And it is! Touchdown, Orlando! Extra point coming up from Lebo is good. It's now 25-21 with 11 to go in the ball game. Portland, for the first time all game, now behind the 8 ball. They will start in their second zone. All right, they're going to pass versus a safe defense. 25, any player on the offensive line with a 0 pass. Yeah, they got Victor Perry, so that is a sack. No loss on the play, but that will bring up 4th down. Let's see who got the sack.
You stupid idiot!
All right, so that will force Portland to punt. And that is going to go 3 zones. And it will now be inside the 50 for Orlando. All right, this is going to be a run versus a pass defense. 66, 2 more defensive backs, rated run 0. Yeah, they got Simmons and Spikes, so that's going to be an XR gain. 1 will get them 3 zones, and they are now inside Portland's 20. Closing in on full play time here. Portland's got to make a stop. We got an audible, and they're going to throw it against the run. 13. 13, grade D or better. Marcus Green is a B, so that's complete. Minimum of 2, and that's in the end zone. Orlando scores the touchdown. Extra point from Lebo will be up and good. It's now 32-21. It is a 2-score game for Portland. So Portland going to be behind the 8 ball when we go in the full play. We'll do the kickoff return here. And they'll bring them out to their 3rd zone. And that's where we're going to be setting up for the full play. All right, so we've entered full play. We're going to be here from the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Portland has the ball. They are down by 11. So they are going to be in situation C here, and that's going to benefit them a little bit, because Delmore is a pretty good quarterback. So let's see what they do here in this situation. They're going to start with a long pass against the pass. So immediately going for the long ball here. 34, is the center a 2 pass? Yes, he is. Finds extra time to get an open man, so it was originally intended for Gulso. It'll be thrown out and completed to Warren for Q plus 5. And that's good for 20 yards on a 1st down. Now up to the 48 for a 1st down. It's going to be another long versus the pass. So same formation, same set. 46, we got an unusual result. 44, it's an 8-yard sack by defender J. That's a sack by Moore, but we have a penalty on the play. 23, there is no play. It's a false start, and we'll push him back 5.
Flag.
All right, now at 1st and 15, there'll be a medium pass against the pass. Another 15 with a B grade. I'm sorry, C grade, and it's incomplete. All right, 2nd and long. It'll be a long pass versus the pass. 26. Does C or D have a 2 pass? Yes, they do. So we are going to the wide chart to see if this is going to get intercepted. And 46, 8 or more. Nope, so it'll be underthrown, incomplete. Now looking at 3rd and 15. Long pass against the pass again. 54, does I have a 0 pass? Yes, Freddie Hogue does. So it's a weak pass rush. It'll be completed to an alternate receiver. So intended for Rome. It's going to go to Vogel for 19 yards, and they get the first down. Gets them down to Orlando's 38, 1st and 10. Another long pass versus the pass. 21, incomplete, but it's a flag for pass interference.
Flag.
We need to see if that's flagrant pass interference. Nope, so it'll just be a 15-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down. So now 1st and 10 at Orlando's 23-yard line. Another long versus pass. Let's see, 54. Is I a 0 pass? Yeah, they're going right after Hogue. So another weak pass rush on the inside. It'll be a complete to an alternate receiver. This is going to go to Schuler, and it'll be good for 15, and 6 is 21. It gets them down to the 2. Down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. It'll be a short pass versus the pass. So 61, does C have a 0 pass? He shouldn't. Yeah, he's good there. Defender jars the ball loose, and it's incomplete. But we do have an injury on the play. We need to see who got hurt on that play. 56 is defender E, and that is going to be Jamie Small, who's going to be the injured party there. How long are they going to be out? 36, bruised ribs, so he's out for the rest of the quarter. He might be able to come back if overtime comes in, but that means they're going to have to depend on Angelo Anderson to do the pass duties on that side of the field. So now 2nd down and goal. It'll be another short pass against the blitz this time. Fair. 26. Does GA or the quarterback have a 0 pass? No, neither of them do, so it's an excess play. This might go into the end zone here. 66, is X greater than 0? Yes, it's going to go play. The minimum you get there is 12, and that's going to put it into the end zone. Touchdown, Portland. Now the question is, do you gamble? Because it's now 32-27. Extra point makes it a 4-point game, but 2 or 3 point conversion. Let's see, worst case scenario here, you're down 5 and you have to go down the field for the touchdown. You got to get the touchdown anyway. So yeah, let's go for it. Do they go for 2 or do they go for 3? They're going to go for 3 points. I like this call. Make it a 2-point game, and a field goal wins it. All right, let's see how they fare here. From the 10-yard line, this will be a medium pass versus the pass. 55, unusual result. 36, oh, it's a sack on the play, but we have a penalty. 44, it's holding on the offense, but that doesn't matter. The 3-point try is no good. Now we have an interesting question. Do they go for the onside kick? I'm going to leave it up to fate. Will they go for the onside? They are going to try for it. Okay. Gutsy call here from Portland, but I like it. Let's see if they can hop onto the football here. Kick on its way. 45. High spinning kickoff drops quickly after 12 yards. One hops into receiving team member, so not much there. It gets to the 42-yard line, and there is where Orlando will take over. So no time comes off the clock on that onside try, so still 2:15 left to go here in the ball game. On the 42-yard line of Portland, it's 1st and 10. All 3 timeouts for both teams, but Orlando just has to run out the clock here. They're going to go outside against a blitzing defense. See if Portland's defense can shut this down. Worst case scenario, they make it an 8-point game. All right, 51. Does G have a run of 2? Yes! Mackenzie Black is a 2. He sneaks through and dumps the runner for no gain. So now at the 2-minute warning after that run for Yale goes for no gain, it's 2nd and 10. So it'll be an inside run against the run. And this will be a run intended for Yale once again. 42, does SB have a run of 2? Mark Mack does. We are in a 2-score game, so he does step up. So this will be an XR play. 51, does FB have a run of 0? He does not. Cuts outside and knocked out of bounds after 13 yards. It'll be a first down and stops the clock. So now down to Portland's 29, 1st and 10 again. It'll be outside versus safe. 66, home field advantage. Do they get it? No, they do not. It's smothered for a 4-yard loss, and Portland will take their first time out. Now 2nd and long. They're going to go outside against the run. This will be an outside run for Titus Steele. 13, Steele on the outside is a B, and that's going to get 5 yards, and that will be the 2nd timeout for Portland. Down to the 28, it's 3rd and 9. Another inside run versus safe. Trying to protect here. This will be a run for Mack. 53. Does K have a run of 2? No, he's a run of 1. Is EA rated run 0? Yes, he is. So it's only a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up 4th down, and that'll be the final timeout for Portland. So Portland burning their final timeout. Orlando will bring out Devion Lebo to kick the field goal here. This will be a 33-yard attempt. This goes through. It will make it an 8-point game, 35 to 27. Let's see, with a 33 on double A. Just don't roll a 66 or an odd result, and they should be good. Here's the kick. Oh, 55, unusual result. Oh, this could be interesting. On the place kick. 13, it is good, but we have a penalty on the play. Let's see what happened here. 42... 3D. Oh, there's an ineligible receiver downfield. So someone got out there a little too early before the kick. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and they'll retry.
Flag?
Okay, so now it'll be 4th and 12 from the 31. It'll be a 38-yard attempt for Lebo. So 56 or below will be no good. Otherwise, it's going to be all right. Here's the kick. 53, and it's just in. It's up and good. That'll make it 35-27. So Portland will have about a minute to go to try to go downfield and tie this game or potentially win it. Let's see what happens on the kickoff here. 23 is 65. We're taking away 3. So it'll go 62 yards. It'll be taken at the 8-yard line. And this will be the primary, yes, the primary returner, who is Thurman Thompson, who is an especially electric returner. Let's see how he does on this return. 22, not going to be this time, but it'll be a 22-yard return. Pretty good. That gets them right up to the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop. So Portland has probably 3, maybe 4 plays to get downfield to score the touchdown. They can do it. Let's see what happens here. 1st and 10 from the 30. It'll be a long pass versus the blitz. Let's see, 63. Does H have a 0 pass? Yes, Michael Hamby's in the blitz, so that's a yes. No pressure from the blitz. It'll be completed. It was originally planned for Gulso. It's going to go instead to Rome for Q plus R. So 15 plus 17 for 32 yards. Does he get out of bounds? He does not. So they will just crunch time. They'll run back to the line, spike the football, and that'll burn 20 seconds off the clock. So already up to Orlando's 38-yard line. They spike the football. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds left. This is going to get close. Here we go. Long versus pass. They realize they need to get into the pass defense here. 64, unusual result. 66, it's a sack and a fumble with a penalty. So let's see what happens with the fumble result. 11, is TA rated 2? Yes, he is, so he would recover the fumble. Brian Peters falls on it. So it will still be Portland football, but we need to see what the penalty is. 54, it's holding on the offense. That will be declined, and that will put them 14 yards further back for 3rd and long. Who got the sack on that? 16. It's going to be player F, and that's Gabriel Bethune. stepping up from the middle linebacker. So now 30 seconds left. 3rd and 24 for Portland. And they're going to go medium pass against the blitz. How do they fare? 66. Does Jay have a 2 pass? Benjamin Moore does not, so it'll be complete for Q plus 1 die. So it's complete over to Gulso, who makes the catch. It'll be 15 plus 2 for 17. Do they get out of bounds? They will not, so they're going to have to hurry back to the line for 5 seconds left. So at the 35-yard line, 5 seconds left, 4th down. It's going to be Long versus the blitz. This will be your ball game right here. 14. A B pass is incomplete! And the ball falls to the turf. Orlando comes away victorious, 35-27. All the credit in the world to Portland. Malik Delmar proved why he was chosen as league MVP, but fate would not have a win in store for him. The Orlando Apollos take the inaugural Football America Championship, winning 35-27. Your Biddy Beer Player of the Game and Championship MVP goes to Mark Mack. He did a majority of the work on offense, getting 15 carries for 58 yards on the ground, 6 catches for 84 yards in the air, combining for 142 of Orlando's 523 total yards of offense on the day. And that will conclude this season. Thank you to everyone who watched and enjoyed these weeks of tabletop football action. The 2001 season will begin in November. That is if the league agrees to continue, and we'll have that meeting recorded in August, so keep an eye out for that. Also, don't forget, on Twitch will be Tecmo Rando Bowl Spring Edition, which will bring some exciting variety to the TRB community. Don't forget to like, subscribe here and on Twitch, and thank you all once again for being a part of this small but growing community. Until next time, this is Big Muzz reminding you, as always, to play well, play fair, but most importantly, play.